It certainly wasn't business as usual within the inner city recently, as the Department of Development Planning, along with other relevant stakeholders, conducted a block-by-block operation to check compliance.
We are going to arrest them. Where's Home Affairs? Did we get Home Affairs also here?
No.
Because we need to verify everything then. If you want to be arrogant, then we want people to do business. But we want people to do things the right way. We are not here to create problems for everyone.
The aim of the operation is intended to enforce city bylaws to target illegal building construction, zoning and land use violations in the inner city.
Dealing with a return of the rule of law, Buyamteto. We did a block here earlier. We had closed EMS and environmental health has closed some shops who were not compliant. They made illegal partitions. Building control did not get any requests for building plan approvals to make those renovations and demarcations. So the same block where JMPD was before the previous week, we came back to the same block as a follow-up to ensure that people have complied as well, and at the same time we didn't see any applications, and that is why we came back. Have you guys got plans from the city to make those demarcations at the back there?
Sorry?
Those demarcations at the back?
No, we don't have.
Why not? Did you get permission to do it? Land use? Please explain to him.
Officials busted an establishment that was supposed to be closed after being served with a notice of non-compliance due to building violations and occupational health issues.
Hello, how are you, sir? We're visiting again. You remember we're here on the 8th of April.
Those found in the store were forced to vacate.
Come back here, you open here, we're going to lock you out. That's why I say you must take everything, bro. This is your last chance.
But these doors would not remain closed for long, as the caretaker of the building then showed up with a damning building approval stamped 2 weeks after the first compliance notice was served. This is the plan that was approved by the city.
Listen, you're giving me a...
This is the plan that was approved by the city. If this is legal, why don't you want to speak to us? It's legal, right?
Yeah.
So what are you saying? This is the plan that you gave to the city?
You can see it now, signed by them. How can they close this when it's signed from their office?
Wait for them, they're coming here.
If this is illegal, the illegality is from them, not from me.
An EMS official said although the plan was drawn and approved, that did not necessarily give the caretaker the green light to operate.
When here last week, there was no exit. It was not possible to approve. How did somebody come in here after we left and we saw that it's even unapprovable from environmental health?
Look, man, the only thing for
Where's environmental health?
if you got a blue plan, you need to come to us so that we can come and verify what is in here. Having this thing is not enough. I told him to come so that we can verify if everything is according to the plan. Right. So I don't understand why you have to open
Something is going on here.
What is the aim of the plan? Is to guide you how to make your division in a approved way. Yes. We don't just come with this and say, no, you give me permission to open. Did I give you permission to open?
But you sent me to this guy.
Did I give you the permission to open? Is it this according to plan? Because if I give permission, I have to be here so that I can verify if you have achieved this.
Then, we were off to a church which was also supposed to be completely shut down, but then wasn't, which begged the question, how is the city working on prohibiting the cycle of this criminality?
What we've realized today is that, first of all, we need to have more JMPD law enforcement, and we have to use this as a springboard for a bigger coordinated approach where we would have Home Affairs join us, we would have SAPS join us, and we would also have possibly Department of Health and Education. That is why I said to MMC Mbundu, I want to come back. We need to come back. We deal with the informal traders that don't have permits. We deal with those churches as well. And with this time, we're bringing Home Affairs as well, because people were becoming very arrogant and not even listening to what we are trying to educate them about how to become compliant.
Informal traders without the necessary documentation also felt the wrath of the operation.
Permit system. So we're going to ask everybody to apply. They're going to take your picture, take your fingerprints, and then once you get a permit, you're going to get a card. Okay? That card, it gives you or whoever you nominate to be here when you're not there to be on that card. So that you also pay for, you're going to get a lease for a stall. You get a lease and you pay to the city. You don't pay to anybody else. You pay to the city. So nobody should be coming to collect money from you. Do you understand? I understand that there's a number of informal trading associations. They are not allowed to collect any money from you. Your money must be paid directly to the city in Braamfontein. The city is overpopulated, it's too congested. The trading spaces are not properly catered for. So I think the importance for the informal trade policy, amongst other things, in terms of regulating the space, is to make sure that the city can provide the necessary support with all the city's departments that are responsible for the area, development planning for managing the spaces, JMPD for bylaw enforcement, environmental health for managing the doing health inspections and so on, pick it up for waste management. So you want to give the informal traders amenities that are good enough for them to support their business. So it's very important for the traders themselves. But it's also good for the city in that kind of a relationship, because we've got a stakeholder forum that has been set up because we're in a relationship with the informal traders. So I think it's important that it creates a platform that will help us deal with some of the challenges that they've got. This sprawl is just uncontrollable. I mean, I used to walk down here, small street, when I was in high school. It was clean and safe. But I mean, when you look around today, this is uncontrollable.
Like this lady, for example, not only does she allege to have bought a stand from this gentleman who identified himself as Alex, a block leader within the inner city, but also that she pays an amount of 500 rand for rent to a lady that collects monthly.
Mangifuna uAlex mangifuna amaphepha mangiwafuna kulosisi ekubhadala kuthiwa nangumuntu ophethe stand
no mamela aus wena ubhadala rent uman uAlex ubhadala azange thingise stand mina ungangisukeli lalela stand les losisi unikeza umagogo athi kathi ufuna uvala.
However, there were some traders who were found to have been compliant.
Yeah, it's important so that they check if is it healthy, is it safe, is it a great place for customers and people. It's my form of income. I'm from Mpumalanga in Bush Park Bridge, and I'm here to try and make a living, sell food. Yeah.
The city stores cost only 100 rand. So who are these people collecting? So we've got a problem with that, right? So the industry in itself has just been hijacked. In that there's subletting, which is, by the way, prohibited in terms of our policy. One trader, one stall. So we're addressing that compliance at that level, ensuring that the people know their rights and there is no subletting. The other aspect of it talks to development planning and the building use. You've got shops here that have sublet parts of their shops. So, imagine they will have one bin, for example, for pick it up, but they've sublet to 5 other people without getting permission. It just puts a strain and a weight on the city. Electricity, water, and so on. So other departments are coming into party as well in terms of enforcing compliance at that level. So it's something that we are taking very seriously. I think it's something that you just taking one day at a time, and ultimately we'll get there.
you'll probably see another MMC coming with me next time in order to be able to educate with the officials how people become compliant, because we are not punishing people when we close them down. When we ask them to move from our pavements, we're not punishing them. We're saying we want you to do business. We want you to do what needs to get up, but we want you to do it the right way. And that is why I'm very big on education. So as we enforce, we are saying this is the way to go and get compliance, and this is the process on how to get compliance. So this will continue happening. I'm also the responsible MMC for the inner city, because we are going to do a lot of CBD regeneration. So you might not see me in this CBD, but you might see me in Roodepoort or Randburg, because there's a lot of plans we are doing in order to regenerate our inner cities, to attract business back, clean up and remember, we have to get the basics right. It must be clean, the buildings must be compliant, the bylaws must be enforced properly, and big business must obviously want to be attracted to the inner city in order to eventually create jobs.